Lose 30 or more pounds forever by changing this one thing. I believe chasing the American dream often leads to a harsh reality. A cycle of overwork, stress, obesity, with many turning to fast food as their sole daily meal after a long day's grind. In this video, discover how we can break free from the cycle of overwork, stress, unhealthy eating habits that shadow the American dream. Stay tuned till the end for empowering strategies that will transform the hustle into health and happiness. I believe in a simple yet powerful solution called meal prep. Imagine spending 90 minutes of your week to prepare all of your meals, saving time, money, energy, and steering clear of the foods that contribute to weight gain. You don't need to be a chef or even know how to cook or even how to prepare meals. You have to just simply learn some very basic strategies that will set you on the path to sustainable weight loss for a lifetime. For over 2 decades, I have helped people transform from couch potatoes to becoming super potatoes in 90 days or less without counting macros, calories, points, eating bland, or slaving over the gym. For the past 23 years, I've focused my efforts on teaching people effective techniques on setting them up for long-term success with easy yet powerful dynamics. Here are 12 strategies to set you free so that you can take control of your weekends and your whole life. My wife is the meal prep expert around the house, and so I'm blessed there, but it doesn't have to be hard. If you don't have that blessing, it can be very easy. All you need to do is grill, bake, or steam your proteins, because proteins are the ones that usually take the longest to cook. So if you have proteins ready, you have proteins on deck, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to actually get to your meals throughout the week. Also, there's something about Tupperwares that just help us make better choices. They provide portion sizes and they can create a powerful visual cue to remind us of the things that we should be doing. So number 2, buy Tupperwares. I'm gonna leave some links down below so you can get the specific ones that I use so that you have those visual cues as soon as you go in your fridge, you see all your Tupperwares there, and you're not gonna be tempted or triggered by the wrong foods. I also believe that the brain loves shortcuts. So anything that makes your brain spend less calories is going to help you repeat that pattern. Your brain likes to save energy, right? And so number 3, be efficient. Start meal prepping as soon as you get back from the supermarket, and make sure that you strategize everything in a way where it's actually easy to repeat. You create a system. I don't know about you, but do you ever sit and stare at the oven for hours not knowing the temperature to cook your meals? I would sit there for hours and just stare at the oven, and I would waste a ton of time because food would come out uncooked. Number 4, preheat your oven to 400 Fahrenheit. Place the dish in the oven at 400 degrees for 35 minutes for chicken. Another aspect that I think is important is that it needs to be fun. You need to make something fun out of this whole meal prep thing. I'm not sure if you've heard of the saying, time flies when you're having a good time, but number 5 is make it fun. Listen to music or a motivational podcast, something that'll keep you engaged, because once again, if you're not having a good time, your brain is going to reject anything that gets you outside of your comfort zone, and it's going to be very hard to repeat that over and over again. So make sure you have a good time. Listen to some good music, have someone over while you're meal prepping, and so that moment is enjoyable and your brain will want to repeat it. Also, for those of you that are tree huggers, then you can go to the farmer's market and do all of the somewhat more complex things. But for most of us mortals, we want to keep it super simple. So number 6, simplify. Buy pre-made salads, buy microwavable vegetables so that you can get these things done quickly. It doesn't have to be anything too complex. Along the same lines, it's important to make your life easy. We want to make habits repeatable. And so number 7 is you want to have some quick grabs. Keep sardines, tuna, eggs, Paleo Valley sticks, and protein shakes handy so that if you can't cook your proteins or for some reason you're just in a rush, you can just grab something really, really quick. It's also important to bring the restaurant with you wherever you go, meaning number 8, buy a cooler. I'm gonna place some links down below so that you can buy a cooler, small cooler that you can bring all your meals with and be ready for the day regardless of what time you get back home, because some of you guys leave super early and you come back at night, and that's usually the excuse I hear. Well, I'm out all day and I just don't have the time to eat my meals. So like I said, bring the restaurant with you. Another aspect that I often hear people have big challenges with is eating bland, right? And the truth is, eating bland is a choice. There are a million different things to season your food but you must get creative. Creativity is key to consistency. Bring flavors into your life with enhancers. Number 9, bring things such as Mrs. Dash, Cindy's Kitchen, G. Hughes, Primal Kitchen, mysaltsub.com, which is a salt substitute that takes out all the sodium. And so these things can really enhance your food and make your life a lot more happier, right? You have some flavor in your life. Also, not being hungry, being satiated throughout the day is super important because you'll make better decisions. You're gonna make better choices and you're gonna be able to self-regulate a lot better. Don't focus on what you can't eat, focus on what you can eat. Here are your macros. Number 10, you can eat proteins, chicken, steak, ground turkey. You can have salmon for your fats. You can have olive oil, coconut oil, uruz oil, avocados. Your vegetables, you know, I always say that green leafy veggies are some of the best fibrous carbs that you can bring in. So green beans, asparagus, broccoli, kale, spinach, and cauliflower are some of the best vegetables to bring in. I truly believe that any successful organization or person has a systematic way to do things so that you don't have to exert a ton of energy next time around. So number 11, create systems. The process becomes easier with repetition. Track times, schedule your meals, set alarms. And lastly, one of the most common pitfalls that I see with clients during the week, all of a sudden they run out of food, right? And they're in a frenzy to try to figure out what they're gonna do. And so number 12 is make sure that if you meal prep on Sunday, you're ready to meal prep again by Wednesday. Do this every 4th day to ensure you have a week's supply of food. Guys, I know this sounds very complex, but I can tell you that if you've taken some notes, you become very systematic about it, and you actually start creating a plan that works for you. And like I said, you make that plan something enjoyable, something that you actually look forward to. Your brain is going to want to repeat these patterns. I can tell you right now that there are many complex programs out there: keto, Atkins, South Beach, Whole30, macro counting, and all those things can be very complex. But the fundamental thing that all of those programs will tell you is that you need to meal prep. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you'll put it into action. And if you enjoyed this video and you're looking to go a little deeper into the subject, check out this video right here. My name is JT Tapias with the Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan. I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao.